Just waiting? Are you still there? I am. Sure you saw that seagull fly by. Still trying to figure out how I can make this go landscape because I did it once. I know I can do it again. Hmm. Is this thing on? Is anybody there? Maybe another few seconds and it'll be 1 minute. And then I'll just start talking. Okay, well, as you can see, there. Hi, Brian. How you doing? I'm out at Newport Beach today. My daughter and her friends wanted to come, and as you can see, it's kind of gray. It was nice and sunny when we left Riverside County, and then we got out to. Yeah, I saw that, and I thought, well, maybe somebody would come and say hi to little old me. And even if I was just talking to myself, I figured they can watch the replay. Yeah, I figured that he was going to go on right when I finally decided to do one. But that's typical for me. Anyway, how's your day, Brian? How are you doing? Yeah. Yeah, you've been doing a lot of work, so I think it's good to have a lazy day. I know I sure needed one. Um, I've been going hard and fast for weeks now, and I'm starting to feel really, really burnt out. And when my daughter said she wanted to come to Newport with her friends, immediately in my head I was rolling around that, oh, it's a longer drive. Can't we just go to this beach? Um, and all of that. And this morning when I got up, I still wasn't feeling it. But I went ahead and we came. And after I saw the ocean, I thought, you know what? I brought my chair. I have my umbrella to protect me from the sun, what sun, and I'm just going to sit and chill out. Hey, I'm doing a live. I'm on live. Yeah, just stay over there. No, it's on me, so just don't go behind me. Didn't you take him with you? Oh, okay. The other one must be in this bag then. All right. It's been doing a lot of ranting, which gets my mood down. So. Okay. Yeah. Um, yeah. I was gonna say because normally on a weekend you would be out in your yard. Have you been having any in your area tornadoes and such? Oh, okay. Good thing is it's been sunny the last couple of days. Gotta get off. Yeah. And even if you don't get back into the yard work, just get outside and enjoy the sunshine while it's there. Hopefully it'll last a while. This year's weather has been something crazy. I'm glad you didn't have any tornadoes. That's just scary. I know my brother and his wife are in northern Colorado up at Fort Collins, and they get tornado warnings sometimes, and it just It kind of freaks me out. And I know when I was there at the beginning of April, which night was that? I think it was our first night. It would have been April 5th. The winds got up to 65 miles an hour. It was wild, but there was no storm. Well, anywho, I wasn't going to talk for very long. So I'm lucky that we're in the valley. Keep some twisters out of there. Oh, that's good. I mean, it's good for you. It's not very good for the people north or south of you. That's a pretty good spot to be protected from the tornadoes. Huh. Sounds good. All right. And another thing about my timing is I keep forgetting that at 4 o'clock I have a Zoom meeting. Oh wow, mid 1970s. You know, we had one here in Southern California in a town called Moreno Valley. It's about 30 miles away from San Jacinto and Hemet, which you hear everybody talk about when they're talking about gold base. Yeah, and it actually did touch down, but only very briefly, and it only touched down in an empty field, which was good. Um, but yeah, weather conditions, they're changing, and I can see the difference. We're expecting to have a brutal summer, and I hope it's not as bad as it was last year. But the heat here is, I mean, it's not as bad as Phoenix. I grew up in Phoenix, and so I lived there until I was 8. Okay, you were 3 or 4. Wow, that must have been scary. You were just a little guy. Um, in Phoenix, I did while I was living there as a kid see 120, 125, and that is miserable. But here, because we've got a little bit more humidity, um, I'm sure there was. Is your area even, do you have basements and cellars? Um, yeah, when I remember when I first moved to Southern California, I don't really remember super hot days like we have now, even in the summer. I would think, the summer's going on pretty long. Um, seemed like summer lasted until Thanksgiving Day or something. But oh, who else is here? I see I've got 3 watching now. Um, what was I saying? Yeah, it just to me, I can when I think back about growing up. Oh, water table's high. Okay. Um, I can tell that something is happening to our climate because um, things that would kind of trend and then go back are they're not going back so much anymore. And I don't know quite how to explain it because my science stuff is all in the body. So about the weather and the climate and water, the water temperature, which is freezing cold right here. Um, but our summers are getting brutally hot now. It's last summer we had several days where that it was in the 3 digits, and that was not fun. I get migraine headaches, and my worst trigger is heat. So I can't be outside in it very long. And everybody is always, oh, I'm so glad, warm weather, the sun. And I'm like, I dread it because I know I'm going to start having headaches. And not looking forward to that. Can you hear the ocean at all, Brian? Let me see if I can show it to you again. The landscape. Ah, the silly thing they have with shooting in portrait. I hate it. Hmm. It's nice and it's peaceful. We're over on the south side of the pier. Yeah. Where were you stationed? We're on the south side of the pier, and there were fewer. It's a lot of families, um, and they're pretty chill and quiet. Um, Only one time did a soccer ball invade my space, but they've left already. So just hoping that my kids, or well, my kid and her friends will eventually get cold or hungry or something. But what are you going to do for the rest of your day? Hmm. Okay, Norfolk. My nephew started out in Texas. I can't remember what it was called. And then he went to Florida, Fort Jackson. Does that sound right? Hi, Red. Thanks for stopping by. Did Aaron finish his live? I saw he went live seconds before I was planning to. Uh, Mex- New Mexico for sure, dude. Okay, cool. Yeah, my nephew is a medic. I don't remember. It's a medical corpsman. The medical corpsman. So and he's very good at what he does. I think he's at petty officer third class. Okay, yeah, that might he might have been inland too, because he was working in a hospital. He hasn't been out on a ship yet, not even when he was in Florida. And then for Florida, he went to New York. And when I talked to my sister in law last, he's back in Texas. So um, there's that. Yeah, let me flip it around so you can see in portrait because I'm stuck still using YouTube's app to stream right now. But I finally figured out what my issue with StreamYard and Restream was. And so it should be fixed this time tomorrow. It kept saying that I was um, verified or whatever. And I thought that's all I needed to do. I never saw anything where I had to request to be able to live stream. And so the problem I was having with the other apps is they were all saying, uh, yeah, that must have been where he was Sam Houston. Okay. Um, Finally, I clicked on something and it took me to the link so that I could request to live stream. So that should be working properly tomorrow because this portrait business is not for me. Yeah, I think he's going back to San Antonio. He's actually in late March. His birthday is two, three, 3 days before mine in April. And the week before our birthdays, he called his mom and said that he wasn't feeling well and he was checking himself into the hospital. Well, that immediately told me, "Hi, Kristen. How you doing? I saw you doing Jewel earlier today, and I loved it. Thank you." Um, yeah, I kind of took the cue that it was mental health related because that's kind of pretty much the only kind of health problem you can have where you can check yourself in. So he's doing much better. It turns out he was not sleeping, and to the point where he wasn't dreaming. And so he was starting to, I think if he waited any lot longer, he probably would have experienced some psychosis. Um, he does suffer from major depressive disorder. I should say he's diagnosed with. I'm trying to cut that suffers from out of our out of my language. Yeah, it is red. And I'm grateful that he was on top of it. When as soon as he recognized that there was a problem, he went and sought help, and they immediately gave him help, and that was fantastic. I can never remember that. What is the name of the hospital that they take the presidents to? Because he was actually there, and in Pennsylvania. Um, yeah, he's been stressed, but he has a general who really, really likes him and keeps an eye on him, and so I'm hoping. Um, that's funny, right? I thought that was just their wives. Um, let's see. But yeah, he was there, and then they transferred him to back to Texas, where he'll be working part time, basically. They were really starting to push. It sounds like they're really on top of it now, Brian. It, I, at least with the Navy, they're making an effort. Um, because let's see, he's been. It was March when he went, when he was in Pennsylvania, Texas now. So this is coming up on 2 months, and so they're going to allow him to basically do his work part time and still be able to, do his therapy groups and things like that, and continue to work on his mental health. Hey, Miss Sunrise Dawn, how you doing? And I can now say hi from Huntington Beach, California. This is where I'm at right now. So I'm trying to keep the kids out of the view, but it's kind of tricky. I'm going to switch it back. So, so here's, oh, I'm doing pretty good. I'm feeling better. I think I was telling Brian, I did not want to go to the beach. I rarely don't want to go to the beach. I'm kind of like Anakin Skywalker. I hate sand. It gets everywhere. And but I'm handling it. I brought my camping chair, and see, I always thought our beaches were boring, but I guess, see, when I think of beach, I always think of what I hope to see on the cruise, which is clear blue water, clear blue water. I don't know where that came from. I won't melt. Um, but I think this is exactly what I needed, and I'm glad I didn't resist. My daughter and three of her friends planned to meet up here. One of the boys lives nearby, and then we drove out here from Riverside County, about an hour and 20 minutes or so. And yeah, I wasn't looking forward to the drive, and I didn't really even want to get out of my bed. Um, but as soon as we got to the pier and we hung left to make our way towards the sand, I was like, okay, no, this is where I'm supposed to be right now. Oh, I'm supposed to be on the Zoom call too, Miss Sunrise Dawn. Let them know I'm on my way. Hi, Mon, my sister without an E. Happy Mother's Day to you. So yeah, I am going to have to go because there's a Zoom call that a few of us are having. And if any of you are interested in, oh, hi, LSP, how are you doing? Um, interested in allyship, for the second gens. That's what our meeting is about. And you can shoot me an email. It's in my channel description. And then I can add you to the group if you'd like. Um, I feel big things are coming. I really do. All right. Let's see. I've been to a few places. The cruise is going. The water is beautiful. Okay. I wish you could go on the cruise with us, but maybe next year. Okay. I'm going to head out. No, it's actually um, never ends. So we're never in allies. Okay, Red. All right. I will see you guys later. Kristen, I don't have access to your email, but if you email me, I can give it to Mary or Carrie and see if they can add you. Yes, definitely. All right. I'm going to jump out. You guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday or Sunday, depending on where you are in the world. Love you, and I will see you guys next time.